Colors, some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program wey we call Colors, as we dey look at different story dem na the front page and inside the newspaper. So no forget to join we on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube, who we go bring to una different guests dem wey dey can help for talk about the newspaper. We are channel for the people, the voice of the voiceless.
Another morning again inside we had plenty things then they happen. I wonder how sneeze again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wahala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors, some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say,
good morning and welcome to another edition of a program we call Colores right on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. Today na Friday and of course na the very last day inside the week, the working day, last working day inside the week. Well, we get a lot of things them we don't come from the front pages them of the different newspaper them where we go call look quick while before we bring in we guess them where they can join we for we analyze the different issues them where the different people them don't carry today. And of course we go to the very first paper for this morning where we get inside our code newspaper where say 100 days to go, straight fights. You get the boxer with the green and the boxer with the red. There's another story for you inside this edition of the Awoko newspaper. And you get the next one at the Concord Times say brutal killing of school teacher SLTO TSC urge professional police investigation. There's another story for you inside this edition of the Concord Times. And the next one is the newspaper. I say for shunning Sam Sumana, Kono people vow to vote against APC in 2023 election. And Labour Transport Minister strategize payment plan for airport workers. This is another story for you inside this edition of the AZ. Of course, you get Judgment Day for LAJ today. Sorry, Judgment Day for LAJ today. Alright, so go to the next paper. We're at the Gleaner. We say as a Transcend International grab $4 million. Sarah Utai flags account freeze. And you as well get women in the media honor Afristel. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Gleaner newspaper. The next one are the Solutionist. We say to support secondary school in country, British envoy reveals £25 million grant to education. APC is stronger and determined to restore Sierra Leone from a failed system. Honorable Chei Kuko. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Solutionist newspaper. In the next paper, now the Beyond Borders, we say AfriMoney partner with Susu Women Finance, and as well you get as he intends to cripple Sierra Leone. Former SAC VP exposed. This is another story for you inside the Beyond Borders newspaper. The next one, now the Minute newspaper, we say, what is there to thank President Bill for? APC questions. And you get as well, Providence principal condemns murder of teacher. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Minute. The next paper where we get now the Women's Voice, we say, to escape childhood marriage like her mother, young women turns girls advocator. And then you as well get as she tells story of struggle of African women. Tuma Adama Gentle Kamara speaks at UK Global Summit. And you get Sierra Leone host SADAP acceleration program. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Women's Voices. And the next one, now the open space, we say NCTVA to award universal certificate to SDF graduates. And as well you get with support of over 25,000 women in business globally. Tuma Adamagento Kamara thrills UK audience with success story. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Open Space. The next one on the Star and Sky Times, we say politicizing the civil service. APC blast SLPP. VIP supplies quality rice to SLP nationwide. This is another story for inside this edition of the Sky Times. Next one, now the Politico, we say delay off to Guinea over Yenga. And 25 million euro for education. LJ to be sentenced today. This another story for you inside the Political newspaper. And the next one at the New Age, we say Ministry of Social Welfare to account for over 1.6 billion leones. And you get Save the Children, Educate Girls on technology for gender equality. UK government retains Sierra Leone Lewi land project with 25 million pounds. This is another story for you inside this edition of the New Age. Next one, now the Source newspaper will say, what impact will bank governor sacking create? Economist Prince Macaulay questions. And the APC condemned SLPP for using pupils, public servants, to galvanize support. And as well, you get other story than with inside this edition of the Source newspaper. The next one, now Daybreak, we say EAP group of companies saga. ACC's Ben Kelfala disgraced. And as well, get sacking of bank governor will make no difference to the economy, says Prince Macaulay. We go to the next paper, when at the Nature, we say $25 million pounds grant for Sierra Leone's education, British High Commissioner announces. As well, get the need for more beach bars. And you get MIC, Ministry of Information and Communication, and NATCA host Smart Africa Conference. This is another story for you inside this edition. And the next one, at the Independent Observer, we say Fatima Bio distributes sanitary pads to 7,000 pupils in Kenima District. And Chei Koko, a winning candidate for APC. The next paper on the Calabash, we say for economics excellence, Mohammed Gento Kamara honored in the House of Lords. And he gets as Kobe Walker awarded he for she ambassador. NP Salon Limited wins Best Oil Marketing Company Award, and Wimsal honors Africell. This is another story for you inside this edition of the Calabash newspaper. Of course, you get one other one. We say NCRA registration of pupils for NIN start 27th March. Go to the next paper. Okay, all right. Okay, I think on the paper, then this way we get today inside the program. We can look at some different issues. So for that we know waiting now the sense where we can add to them paper there. So when so sense. And we own analysis, the own opinion, how we can able to put more color to this particular story where they come from the different people. Then well, for that we actually do that particular thing there. I don't get two guests who don't join me inside the program today. The one journalist, the one civil rights activist. Well, they go now and see who that many people here we actually get. For the first time for joining me inside the program, na Mohammed Kamara. Mohammed Kamara, na the director of Youth Empowerment and Development Association Sierra Leone, where they can call YEDA Sierra Leone. And in done the work on different things that we get for do with the empowerment of young people in na the country. So we want to use this opportunity for say Mr. Kamara, good morning. And welcome to the very first edition of your own program, where now the Colores program. Okay, Mr. Kamal, unmute you, Mike, and let me talk. All right. Okay, well, Mr. Kamal, you mic mute. You be don't mute and just not unmute him. All right, good.
Okay. Yeah. Good morning, my people out there, and good morning to use the host outside the world.
All right.
Anytime we wish you good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Welcome. We get one traditional question where we can normally ask, and I go on for ask you this question. But I don't know, you sound look low. I don't know if not because you did fast small from the phone. If you not can mind for all very close to yourself, you can find. And the question I go first ask you, the program in name na Kores. So the question goes like, when na the last time or who's them last where you actually eat Kores?
The last time I eat Kores na a years back. Why eat Kores? From the name Kores.
All right. So I will ask you this question again. You know, if you say you don't tell where you eat Kores, but of course we're not gonna jump that one day. The tell where we been small. You know, in terms of how we be eat Kores. What have been the best Kores sauce where you like?
I know say every Sierra Leone I'm say na cassava leaf. Me na cassava leaf.
Exactly. So why you like cassava leaf as Kores?
Because of the, if you look with tradition here at Sierra Leone, every side where you pass, every cookery buffer where you pass, everybody they ask for cassava leaf for beach. So you don't see that cassava leaf, that bitter will be the bitter inside matter. You don't get it zeal for it and back. So now that they can make some of we they get it zeal now morning when they don't cook, the one where they make during the evening hours, they take our goalkeeper. For me, we make our followers and start with an morning.
All right. So if you for provide Kores for we now, and I don't want for jump into conclusion, but who sauce you will still want for provide for we? You did it? Mr. Kamara, you did?
I will provide two. I will provide beach and cassava.
All right, so I just love the way I do them. So in other words, we get what we can call combat. We'll go eat cookie. Half and half.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. Thank you very much. And now go to the next guest. We will not appear. Now
you know the combat.
Yes, combat, exactly. So we can get combat today for Mr. Kamara. Anyway, let's go to the next guest. We're the man for one paper we then call Solutionist newspaper. You're the managing editor for Solutionist newspaper. In name na Mohammed Singate Jallo. Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
Okay, are you safe?
How this morning?
We try, are you safe?
How good?
How the solution, because you know the solution is how the solution they go on in the country.
Not bad. Small.
All right.
Yeah.
So we go now and start the ball rolling. Fine one. We start the different papers the way we get inside the program today, and we basically look at waiting they don't provide for we. I want to start with the popular story them we don't they go out for today. We basically a lot of people them get interest on, and this one get for do with the APC flag bearer and the when he meet. We of course nothing in this way a lot of people still talk about, yeah. And we as well get this other issue of the most recent thank you match pass we happen inside the country. Okay, we start from there and we go take the source newspaper for we talk about this particular issue. We get for do it the answer for our girls, you know, and the match pass, you know. So this paper we now the source newspaper. It say APC condemns SLPP for using pupils, public servants, to galvanize support. Let's look for another headline again, way similar to this. This one when at the Sky Times say politicizing the civil service. APC blast SLPP. You know, so let's just come to all two. I could just combine the two paper them because then gets one issue where now the thank you match pass. Let's start with the journalists. Singate, what do you make up of, you know, the match pass will be happen this BNT?
Thank you very much. Aliu and the outside there. First of all, the issue we we look at today, based on the First Lady, the activities the way introduce this sanitary pad, what they call the hygienic pads for school-going children all over the country. So that means a laudable venture, actually. But according to the story, what happened, we saw a leaked memo.
Okay.
A leaked memo from Parliament.
Mr. Jallo, please hold on. Mr. Kamara,
Yes.
for now, where we know the talk yet, now for mute you line. I don't know who side, I get sound the comment, I don't know from who side, but mute them from now, for now, until we come back to you. All right, go ahead, Mr. Jallo.
So we see a leaked memo from Parliament. Of course, you know what Parliament mean. Parliament are one of the bodies there, or the organs there, we constitute a government. So get the judiciary, get the legislature, and we get the executive. So that memo day, it creates alarm all over the country. Where now one of the clerk of Parliament, Param, writes that memo day. He say, according to the memo, he say all the female staffs of Parliament for go gather themselves, go tell the president thank you because of you don't enact that the policy. Understand? And by rights, people then they are civil servants there, on a public servants there. And we see back not only them, we see back school people them pull them out of their school hours, cow them a tongue, to can't tell thank you no more to the president for waiting. So then they make people then raise alarm, say, how school hours, you put picking in a school, and you get a program where you say quality education, then beginning the time when they for go school, you say they for can't tell you thank you because you don't pass. One give you act, we talk about women's empowerment. So then question anything in the and for involved the civil servant there, is any kind of thing in the he raise questions. Then make the media take on that day and publish them. Because you know, you tell well for let you put picking at that hour day. And also, we find out say some picking themselves, then they forget some kind, then say about food poison business, but I don't know if not the food and give them at that time this and get to a hospital. And go hospitalize them for some time and stabilize them by the good at the houses. You understand? So we get a very repercussion in terms of denting in the. You understand? So that make the public out there cry, say no, this is not fine. Because if the governments, when they talk about good quality education, then you know give the picking in time for land book at that point in time, they say them can't tell thank you no more. That means say there is a question. Okay. And also for inform all government officers and all MDs.
Yeah.
But let them come out. We can't tell you thank you, you know, the president. Now would they pay you by virtue of a position as civilians or as ordinary Sierra Leonean, now would they pay government then? You understand? If you can't say we for can meet you back in, if we can't tell you thank you for your work we do, that means I think say I don't know how you look at Samo Ali, because if I really pay you, then you can say the master come back and tell me thank you for what you don't do and what you put it different for do something. I'm not say it make any sense. And when they say
that not be compulsory. We see inside the military, the police, the prisons, you know, they all come together. And at the end of the day, we see them politicize the whole thing. Like, for example, the women of Sierra Leone, you know, endorse, you know, the president's second term by you know, how they come out and can thank the president, you know, which of course not to dance them and tell the people them, then tell them say, you know, we just get because of the kind of things, but not to like political thing. We get for no say not to everybody, now SL people APC, but not everybody they work. Plenty people they work as civil servants, plenty people they go to school. But why you for politicize that kind of thing there?
Well, that might be the question way people they ask. Just like the question people they ask all over the place, because if presently, let me say, we just like 2 months to election now. Anything this government do, they politicize them.
Yes.
They're going to take advantage of them. You understand? Even though campaign not started, but initially, we say we campaign not started, then we're not going to campaign business, but it happened now. It physically, it is here. And we tell you say na sensitization, then get the language na sensitization. But na campaign, in other words, if you call like we say the armies, the women's, it pull all kind of do. It must tell them say, well, when I get the man second time back, because I don't do this here for now. Na campaign. Na campaign they do. Because if you count all the people on the outside, say I can't tell the part thank you. The part get for give message to them. Say I will stand for now, I will do this for now. By the end of the day, say, well, when I give me the second time back, really, I'll do more. So, in other words, the campaign, technically, but they use the word as, I didn't call her,
Thank you.
Sensitization. You understand, eh? Or thank you, business like that.
Official tour. All right,
Well,
so let's come over to the next guest. Mr. Kamara, unmute your mic, please. As person where done the work on youth empowerment, young people and for the young people are able to get the empowerment where they need for able for develop. What do you think about the thank you match pass where they actually do, for tell the president thank you?
Of course, good morning once more again. For we as civil society organization, for me, you, as an activist, we dey look and say we as civil society organizations and don't look at different angles. I want to draw a scenario that would happen. Then scenarios that wouldn't happen. They watch the two government, the two political parties that wouldn't do this country. We they look at a platform where then all done the draw line from. For we as civil society organizations, we will continue to take records, like how my brother out there, the other guest, Mohammed, the solutionist and proprietor, the manager. For we believe, say, as civil society organizations, they continue to raise up the issues there. When we raise up the issues there, we don't condemn the political parties. When we don't condemn the other, we condemn the other one. But they find out, say, them two political parties there, what they want the opposition, what do they condemn in company for, what internal governance, not it is do something we was past that. So, for me, one for look something like one, we see the first lady of Sierra Leone, Wona Fatima Bio, do something where it say some of we get passionate. And they do something around sexual reproductive health, where they deal on health issues, hygiene, for where they deal with them part business here. For we give them that platform, say yes, it don't come motivate that platform for we, for make send a signal to we parent them and we sisters them and we mothers them, for make them make use of that opportunity. What is good? And they send a very good signal out there, say, we sisters them from that traditional method and come to this modern method. What it be say we sister them, they stop for going to school when they use that traditional method. What for we find out, say, where they use this and where this new method comes, we then sanitary pad, then menstruation pad, what to use. Then they change the dynamics. So we will do the sensitization there. But in line now, for me, we don't see the political parties then they use the citizens then for make them do a thank you talk to them.
So when you say political parties, like what other way they talk about? So because now one grand thank you talk we don't see it happen. You get me? All right. And I know actually.
And for make them use this platform.
Yeah, you get me? You get me?
Hello?
Yeah, you get me?
Hello? I didn't get you. Yes.
So I asked a question. You say the political parties them. So when we talk about political parties them, who are them you refer to where they actually use, the cities in them for do thank you to? Okay, we get challenge. Abubakar, you actually been listening to Mohammed, yeah?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get you back. I didn't get you.
Okay, you hear me now? All right, I will advise you leave the meeting and come back. You listen to Mohammed Abubakar. So what you
Yeah, I listen
actually
to her.
make up of what he be say? He actually be the try for where we know I know you forget and clearly of what they say. Basically, the
Hello.
political parties them don't use with citizens them for do this. Thank you. Yes, you get me, Mohammed.
I dey get you now. Yes.
You clear now?
Hello. Yes, it's clear now.
Yes, I will ask you a question where I want for you make very clear. You say political parties them they use the
Yes.
citizens them for they do this thank you to, right?
Yes.
So who are them you dey refer to and whose scenario, whose instance where you point me to?
We don't look. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
All right. Abubakar, please come inside from waiting for Musa
Yeah,
to stop
yeah.
just now.
Well, I not feel say a political parties them. If the man they watch the program we center around Fatima Bio, this in part business. Not only the first lady office and they do anything a day. In fact, they travel all over the country. They go Kenema last week. Yesterday, I think they Kenema yesterday in Kailaon. And then they can serve me well. They didn't two certain day.
Yes.
And when they did that certain day, they project what's in and call. I don't want to call that in this way. The travel say you need a campaign, but they do something way. They tell you say this man is again. What's in call? You go do more. You understand? That are the projection way they project. If you look at the initiative very good. At least they bring a very good initiative where everybody they praise, but they don't use them as an advantage against the other person. You understand? Because if you watch the clips, I know say easy follow the clips they present upline up one ski. At the end of the day, they say they slants the presentation, but they then give them more time. They then give me man more time. So if we come back,
and the one will be very
time,
much clear, and the one above, for example, also like all
okay,
the teachers
that's
themselves we come say,
that's
because
good.
of what they don't do, so when I go tell una mama then say let them vote for.
Very good. That's a classical example, Andy.
Yeah.
Very classical example that we don't do so, Ali. That's nine people then they found out. You understand? Even though he has the program, as I say, the program is a very good program, but let not use them as an advantage. You understand? And for politicize everything. Like now they don't go to the extent now they getting people in the office and now say, if you don't go by this business, you will get serious consequences.
So waiting at this thing about crowd, because I notice say from the time where the opposition take a tour from McKinney to Freetown, this don't create a lot of problem. A lot of problem.
Yes.
So now themselves want for turn and give by crowd. But in getting the people out, you don't need for force them. You don't need for use people where in a government worker where then they pay from consolidated fund for let you say power party for come and say thanks to you.
Well, that is the point. For let you use government worker, civil servants, and public worker and peoples. You understand? Use them, say when I come out or not come out, now get consequences when they who put up on that. You understand? It's very bad because you see the money if you learn from the consolidated fund. I don't feel say the government they pay you, and then personal money they take pay you. Now we money, just do them, they just be a custodian for keep with money. But now we get that money. So they can tell me say if you don't come for I mean show or if you don't come on the program, I dey question you for that day for waiting. You understand? So the essence way Mohammed is say political parties there. I don't feel say that political parties.
Okay, so long make it come out clear. Mohammed, you don't come back. Did you get to it right?
Yes. Now one thing, now one party.
Yeah, I don't come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, the
I don't get you, man.
The question where we will ask now, in the case of this thank you talk for tell the president thank you, they involve civil servants, they involve school picking them and different other people them, where they at the end of the day them say they come and endorse the president in second term because they're so much concerned about the number. What do you think about this? But you will try for tell me about political party that use the same things. What do you will try for say?
What you are the thing I say? What I say the political parties, I mean the APC and the SLPP.
Okay.
These are the two governing parties who end up govern Sierra Leone from 1961 to now from when we gain independence. Now, they draw a scenario. May America now in recent time, may I not take out there. In recent time, we see the present government don't want. Yeah, we see the past government don't want. Take out civil servants. Take out civil servants. We see them.
Okay, let's ask you a question because in this platform we get.
I want to build the platform.
Yeah.
I want to build the platform.
Yeah, I know. Let's just ask a question as way for building the platform very well. The question where they ask, who stemmed the last government don't bring out people and for can't tell the president thank you?
Okay, we see this thing happen at McKinney, where we see different civil servants there, where we see musicians there all day. We see so many civil servants there, where they will go out. Yeah, where we see the past president, the get civil servant and David Sam. No, it don't happen back. We condemn that one, the last thing. But we don't condemn this one back. For we always defend the government of Sierra Leone say the civil servant now a professional body. Then the government can come and go. But the civil servant, the government of Sierra Leone, the BFC now the SLPP, then for let the civil servant for make them run the stuff because the civil servant Superman.
Abubakar, sorry.
Yes, Ali.
Yes.
I can't say Ali. I know we secure the argument or secure the debate. Yeah. You understand? Eh? The question he asked the man, now direct and simple question he asked him. You understand? Let the man talk straight. As an activist, if you talk straight, it not ever happen that the previous government for force civil servants the tell where they work for come out. Let's give example, let's give the dates, let's give the time. It not ever happen because maybe too long on the phone now. For long. No, I can't wait. I can't wait. I just just clear. I not that against you call. I just want clear because listen, I can't. Wait, to point there.
So I come inside. Waiting basically, Mohammed, you know, waiting Abubakar they ask. Mohammed, did you get me? Waiting Abubakar they ask. He say you make reference to McKinney. Now the same like, you know, una come on do, una can go tell the president thank you, or now like where the president can go on a thank you talk. Where different?
Not be so say to make them come on and me own platform where they use now, and they say the government of Sierra Leone, not for the youth, civil servants. We all they condemn for make them no use civil servants out there. But when they see the two political parties, they use civil servants in so many different platforms there. For me, we totally condemn her. For me now, as an activist, they say the government of Sierra Leone, not for the use civil servants for car into them political issues there. The politicians now they get politics. The civil servants make them take care of the state.
And what you want me to say, Aliu, people see where president can go applying, say where you go doing functions or applying. You understand, eh? You see all civil servants and they there now. They vehicles them, they left them job them for good. But in this case, it's quite different. Yeah, we see a leaked memo where they threaten civil servants for come out. And are two different things, and past government don't see that past governments where president go on any side, they see director, the only falara.
We don't know the business they go there, yes.
Yeah, it happened back now. That's not what we talk about. We talk about what then 2 days here, where create alarm. Now we talk about. Go see a leaked memo from the House of Parliament.
Mohammed, hold on, please. Hold on, let me make your points done. You can't say quick.
You understand, eh?
Yeah.
We see like I say, it happened. The past governments, when inside presidents go, they falaga.
Yes.
You understand?
If you go launch yourself, you see the minister of
very good,
go there,
falaga.
different people.
But what we talk about now, what it happened then 2 days here, very unprecedented. You understand? For let you see a leaked memo come out. They threaten the workers and say, all for come out, for go tell president thank you. If you not come out, then they question you. Just imagine. Then they pay you from personal pocket too. Now from the consolidated fund they put and they pay you, and now money with the people that have money, they're not cutting back come out, but can't tell you thank you when I mean they pay you. That's the question where Ali will ask you.
Yes, so
You understand?
now
And
they
where
have
they
the
tell
kind
for
side. So Mohammed,
yeah, it's there for
you don't get the
like
point,
around.
right? Maybe I'm not being sabi put and fine. You don't get the point.
Yeah.
We not
I
say
don't get the point.
falafala.
I don't get the point. I don't get the point.
Yes, we not say
Yes.
falafala be the happen
I
at
don't
the
get
last
the
government
point.
and it happen now. Yeah, because
Now,
for
yes,
example,
no
even
change it.
recently, we did see
Yes.
the Minister of Agriculture and it's outside the First Lady go, it did it. But not
It
to
there
that
now.
way they talk about now. When they talk about this one, when they force people and for say power if you can't tell thank you. It don't
Thank
have
you.
now
Yes.
that's what they
That's
tell for
that's the question. That's the question.
Mohammed, you
Because
get me?
by rights, what they do so is very bad. It expose the
Okay.
the civil servants
I
to
Yeah.
politics.
I get it. My brother, the guest from the other side. I don't get to see the question directly. Yeah, for me, as an activist, to me, view, leak memo who they allegedly come out who they say come from parliament. For me, looking at that critically, for me, we totally condemn her. If that's the case,
Very good. That's the point, and that's the thing.
For me own side, if not so it is, we totally condemn her. But what in maybe the bill we platform for? So we want to make the government
Okay, I understand you now.
the civil servants we out there.
Yeah, I get you now.
That's not the platform I they drive for.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Yes, and that again is very important. You know, civil servant for be civil servant, politician for be politician. I understand the point now, but you find out saying different offices them.
We don't see something what they happen in Sierra Leone. Yeah? The civil servants then get a role for playing in Sierra Leone. But it's high time we don't see politicians they don't infiltrate inside the civil servant. You don't understand? Yeah. Although we get volunteer staff then auxiliary staff then what governance can change, then staff then they what evict them, not a civil servant then, when a political party workers and supporters then can come and be an auxiliary staff. When government change, then can go with the government.
Okay.
When the other government
let's ask you this question again. I go deliberately go to another paper. I get a question where not to me go ask you now, but I need for Leon again. I need for get to view into this particular paper and story again. It say on this same thank you to yeah. They say what is there to thank President Bill for? Now that basically these are the opposition. So I don't it make any sense at all for asking this kind of question. Mohammed.
Yes, I get you.
Yes. So the question I they ask, he say, what is there to thank President Bill for? APC na the question, SLPP so.
My brother, you know how this year, how we look at this question. Is high time. Huh? They all become sincere to the people. Any government who comes, they do wrong. You don't understand it. The former president comes from Tijan Kaba, who Anes who just stand to Tomada Bill, who then also just exchange governance. Governance, they all two don't do them wrong. You don't understand? If they all two don't do them wrong, we allow a level playing field for people. If that other political parties they come from a political side, they talk, people then Sierra Leone and then thank the former president for what he do. If other one then thank the other government for what he do, it's their own political field. Now their own political right. But what
as a civil rights activist, make I ask you this question directly. You know, I go coin this question again into another way where I go put back to you. Taking into consideration the manifesto promises of this government.
No, Ali, wait, Ali.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. You don't ask the question. Make me answer the question. Me say, no, let coin again. No, let coin now.
Okay.
The coin, the coin, you don't leak the don't leak the youth and call out. No, you know, you ask a very good question.
Okay. Well, let's be the kind side. Okay, long.
Yeah, actually, you don't take on that issue. Yes, at the time, you don't take on that issue, Ali.
Okay.
Mohammed, you don't take on that issue. It dates them for one. That time it's all the political business than they. You understand? For let a party ask for Dandy, say, putting the I said for let them thank President bill. Then he ask and call a political party.
No,
You
but
understand it?
normally,
It is therefore
normally, not all the people can thank. Now the president can thank the people for the
very
opportunity.
good. That at the kind now, at the kind of side, by rights. You understand it? You get a manifesto, do a campaign. You don't put all the things for do. Presidency, they can't get for nothing. You know, they fight for her. Either through campaigns. You understand? They get first the tickets to the party for. So they fight for her. When you get some back, you come back now. I do now as a candidate for that party. You fight for them back to the manifesto. If anything do you and also any tell you thank you by natural need for tell you thank you. Now you work. But now you can pay for.
No, but wait, please. You know, I see President Biogo na Moyamba, I go na Kailaon. In personally, I go tell the people thank you for when they be voted.
That's for me.
But this one, it's not different now because this one, the first lady say people for go and tell the president thank you. But I will come to this because this link to one of the audio we been talk long time ago. We say some people get bad at they not they tell President Bio thank you. They need for the come out and say President Bio thank you. You have done well. You remember
like
that?
I say in a politics talk, Dandy. Yes. A politics talk.
Yes, so now he relate to this one. So now he relate to this. But continue before I come in with Mohammed again.
So that's the guy he puts on. So by rights, the president will tell people then thank you. But then get another term for 5 years. Also in the reverse, well, we tell and thank you know, we always get the presidency. He did it forever. Will they come and go? But the presidency and Sierra Leone forever. So if you want for Sierra Leone, if you make sure say you work for the people of this country. And if I was to back the next, it's okay. I want back for that 5 years. Now can't give me. I tell them I thank you for that past 5 years. I don't give me so. I don't work for now. They say I don't work for. They say I don't work for myself. They say I don't work for now. You understand? That means say I don't give work. But can't you back thank you back for give another 5 years. Also for go tell you thank you again because of your work. No, that's a duty. If you don't have work for person, what they?
So now going back to the question of what is there to thank President Bill for? The question with this paper they ask is say, waiting day for let we tell President Bill thank you for.
I can tell you say now politics talk that one day. By rights, even though yes, you don't legislate
a lot of things.
So this a lot of we don't pass na parliament. We what's it called? Like that, like the law,
gender
don't pass that death penalty, they don't pull them, they don't put that Kiwi policy. Don't pass them. All that thing plenty with the but in other way rounds back, you don't do bad things then. Not for shy from Dandy. You understand? If you mention the good things that we don't do, also mention about the bad things that we don't do. But in essence, let me make the question where they ask a political question. What thing they for tell that man they think because thing the way we do we not good thing then. Same way so back, if that mean we are going to bad thing we do.
I think in my opinion, I think this is an open-ended question. This gives you opportunity for letting portray the good and the bad sides of them.
Okay, very good. Well, the good side of them, like I say, you don't legislate some fine policies in the country. You understand, eh? And also, like the law, we don't take how many years? Of course, you say no. How many years? You come, you don't pull up. Even we pull and safe, it's fine. But it comes another law, when the cyber crime law.
We hard pass the
hard pass and we don't pull through. So it's like they don't equalize. Technically, don't equalize. Because that law, what's the law they stand for? That cyber crime law, what it stand for? Now for them money laundering them, there are bigger issues there. Where they put an institution down, they close an institution down, like them banks, them financial institutions, them, and more than they make another country. But we now they reduce and water down the team to just for fight the political opponents. They might use that law against this guy where he get this deformity. What I himself.
They must say.
They might use that law against him, but then cut a very long section. Use against the most, you understand? But they fail. And right now, if we be careful, for yourself, the phone the way they make, because of what they make, you understand? Because they call a eavesdropping. Eavesdropping right now, we don't know. Now anything, just come when they talk, they shut your house, they shut your laptop, they shut your computer. If in that process, if you give indications that they can't shut your computer for so crime commit, but in that process they feel that thing, but we don't do the inside that crime. And then they say they go out the law, we don't beat the law with them.
So if I can come in with Mohammed, waiting Yusuf get for say with this again. In conclusion.
The angle I dey watch am, me and my brother, I think say we dey na the same path.
Okay.
Yeah. We see the wetin make I can let for draw. You see now, I can let for draw from the government there. We see the former government in make rule. Although some of it we get some issues with the road, one at the toll gate, will be necessary for we as a country for me we get that kind of road. One thing I be issue we get with them because when they talk the good side, you get for talk the bad side. We will say as a civil society activist, we say no part no day at war. Go ABC then they make road. They're not done for make the road, they don't begin pay for the road. Sierra Leone are the first country in the world where that platform they don't say. Well, for we see the former president do so many beautiful things there. Then beautiful things and they will do. So it be really cool. We don't see this current president, former president, the libel law don't come. They call me brother, they name them. They give it, and they give it the law don't come. Well, for me, now even the gender has to me and I one party he or she campaign as when we believe it, that one don't push you to another level. We they watch so many things that the two government don't do. Now that next from where we start, from of what they say, that particular question, what that paper asks, now a political question. So for we, is that time the politician they answer that question for themselves, make we answer to the citizens the new way out for answer.
Yeah, political question, Adi. Political question.
Okay. Anyway, like you said, I think everybody they point them. We don't go.
Today the program now combat now bench and Casada.
Yes. So we don't go from the Casada. If we go from the bench and they'll come in top in the middle. They all have the same belly, then they go. Okay, let's take you inside the next paper. Let's take you inside the next paper. The next paper now the solution is where they take for this morning. The solution is get this one on the to support secondary school in country. British envoy reveals 25 million pounds grant to education. Tell me about this, Abubakar.
Yeah, that program they start. The first phase we done so, like they announce the second phase. That money then give so that 25 million pounds. And second phase standing. Program they call Let We Learn program, where the British government with the support. They say this country don't get a program they call the free quality education. You understand? So government defend donors there for help. Not only the government of the day or the government of the country they help, but even donors they put their money because they say they believe in education. So that first program only 45 million pounds. And Esther at the end of this year, I phase out phase one. So in that process, the British envoy announced another grant, 25 million pound grants for continue the Let We Learn program under this free quality education. So just a continuous process. The parents say 100 projects. You say project get phases. After first phase done, after second phase they can inside. Like we activism, so they get what they do. This is not first phase. We don't do first phase, you don't really done. We don't get funds again. Now they announce back a lot of funds they don't cancel for the second phase. But a continuous process. Not a process where it just stagnated. They continue. And that money they can inside like the 25 million they can inside one time more. They get by installments, by trenches. You understand?
How should they be done?
Say then done that money day. Although right now the money they don't announce and say this year alone, but you know can't say it. Because white man, they don't say they give money with caution. They give money, they give you perform, you send the report, then get our mark. You perform, you send the report, then get our mark. So they give money. So that a program they call Let We Learn program, we do under this free quality education. We supported secondary schools them for maintain the program for let the program ongoing because it's not ongoing program, free quality, now ongoing, not to say now from year one or year two, no, now ongoing program. I just support from the donor. I will give this because the first phase done. We want to do this for let the program to continue.
Right. Mohammed, this is not a good thing, right, for the country?
Yes, a very good thing for the country. now a very good platform for we as a people. Like how my brother they analyze, we would work na that platform, na the NGO platform and the civil society platform. We they can announce some kind of money. That money they not the kind involved. Sometimes that money they come with different. If they say if they they give you 100,000 million. Sometimes 50 million of that money they come in with vehicle other equipment there. The other 50 million they come with and they come as a physical car.
It left to how the project designed.
How the
it depends how they design the project. That's true.
Now so that they send the things same for make them come.
So we always get concerned, we they get good things them we actually the kind of the country, but for you see it actually reflects. So the people that we're supposed to benefit and it not can be visible. What thing you feel say as person where don't work in the NGO, the civil society world, what think you responsible for that? Because we don't get boku money pan grants, loan, grants. But we know they see it actually they reflect. You are aware of that? Or not it makes sense in my question?
I'm really aware of that. Yeah. We don't see a platform now, Sierra Leone. With so many good things they don't come, but we not get the skill for manager.
You say skill for manager, you say?
But yes, I say skill for manager.
Okay. You think saying a skill for manager on because of the way how people want for deal with the project, the benefit where they want for this individually.
Man, I'm not really saying at the skill so.
Because what you make I ask this, some of the people here so when they manage a project, they get skills.
At the time, I don't really go to make I say that the skill for manager.
Okay.
I use a very diplomatic word. The skill for manager,
The book and done for we that diplomatic word.
You don't get the resources. But the one that will forgive out for make them able to do these activities, they know they put the right people there at the right place. So if you take the unskilled somebody, you take the one who don't get comfortable and
Mohammed, I want to disagree with you small bit on that.
No, Ali.
I want to disagree with you. I'm not sure because then they even put the one. Mohammed, please hold on. No, Mohammed, hold on.
Hello?
Most of the time, they can get the experts them when they put them. But because of corruption and selfishness, they make them things they know they go before. So I don't want for saying a skill or unskill or the right person. No, Mohammed, not use diplomatic word for we. Use the right word for we. We understand.
Now, the people when they try for implement a very good program there. What if we say then program they did? Now for me it's benefit. Mamie who will be done at Kubola. Where that project now it has to reach area for make that project able benefit them. But when you look at another angle, it not the benefits Mamie who would have done at Kubola. Because the right people work for the project. Take the person who don't know anything, then give them for me to go implement the project.
I disagree. I get a different view.
Then they put people in the end.
I get different
view. Without money, the expertise will come for make them can implement that project. Sometimes, now yard and the time for can learn for make them know how to implement some certain projects. But with some of them
Yes,
they go back to their international expertise.
I get different view.
The platform.
Mohammed, very good. Sierra Leone, a resource-based country. We get the resource people that really perform very well, and they go to look at this country and me too. The monitoring and evaluation of at this country. Monitoring and evaluation. That money they give so Monday you get the expertise, you get everything. Way for do for make sure say implement the project as planned. But just because of we don't get evaluation for evaluate the projects. Either quarterly, understand or yearly. We don't get that kind of strength for do. If we get ourselves, we negate. Say no for do because one for thief, one corrupt. Well, if we get a system where they monitor, where they evaluate project activities at this country, it better pass many things then, because Sierra Leone get the base, the resource base today. Where they box now the genuity, like they say, you get that genuine heart for say these projects are for them picking them. That not interfere with the money, that implement them as and when it demands. Now no day, no day, but then we qualify people them. But that
me brother, you don't find day. I
no, they come.
I
Now you say you don't
don't
put the money skin day. Money skin for day for monitor you. Like if they give money right now, or they give early money say that is station day. If we implement program in that station day every month, if we give reports on that day. If you left and so they go AWire. Well, any week they can monitor them. If they map straight, they stop straight. You know, say they can investigate every week. So if one team said afraid, well, you see the anti-corruption are just a pass by. That's it. So now just a flick of the hand.
So since when they talk about them, when they talk about them two things there, they're gonna quick to another issue quickly on the issue of the bank governor. You know, now we see they don't show away. Different people get different way out in the class this particular issue. Some say sack them, sack and some say it go leave. You know, it decide not for Kai again. You know, or it go program it decide not for Kai again. You know, so. You know, but the question now, whether they sack him or not, whose impact will in sack one get forget now on the economy? Because the economy,
no impact.
The economy don't damage already. And we see say the second man when I be in deputy, when he don't make now the acting bank governor, don't come and say he then say he going for hit the ground running, he going for change certain things and quick one. Yes, more can inside.
For me, my brother over and on the other side don't say you not get connect any change. For we as civil society activism, follow programs that we don't do. They tell you see from day one, we check the background of this bank governor. For me, na the one for the strong activism with the likes of Edmond Abu. We all know they all say the bank governor for change in method. Say the method flow in the use for make the economy be wrong. It can't with so many good policies, but the policies there, what it can with. The policies are not able to match up to the country.
So since it's not a match up, they're not a good policy. If you say good policy, then it's a match up.
That is from the one. From the one. Okay, you are right.
Nothing I can say, now a good policy. Now the man in one way it take and say, it run the ground around it. Now, we see it come with Indian policy for change the street boys there, the dollar dies there. Now street. Well, for me, we see the likes of the Gambia.
Then I feel policy than because they fail. And I feel policy.
If you be able to sustain that, you really have to work. If you be able to sustain that, it's for good for we as a country because when you get the foreign currency, it will go directly in at the bank. But if you look at it in another angle, we get banks and work in this thing, then banks are getting an agent and they work with them street guys who they do the black market. Now, nothing we didn't talk as civil society activism. All the coming to world and then as Sierra Leone.
So what's that basically all of focus on now? I don't want to focus on Usa don't put. This new one say, Mohammed, you get me? This new one say it will able for transform the economy, you know. Now then they will focus now. You think say possible in just 2 minutes? Don't make an quick. We don't
For now, it's not really possible.
Because it's a bit part of the system of the bank governor.
A creative therapy. Yes, no. Sometimes a no what people do. But for me, at this crucial time,
like I say quick here. In the first place, the bank governor, a labor economist, now he do. We can like Sierra Leoneans the force. They do what they call fiscal economists, no, and labor economists na do. One thing we do first, we like I call Edmond Abu and others. They know the project and say this man, the kind method that we don't take through, the approach we don't take through is very bad for this country. But they don't really listen. You understand? Can you imagine? For like you put $10 down, he pull money, he go work China. Go on $4 million, he go work China. You can treat them. No effects, not even tell on the people themselves for saying money they can do. Now that's the money being for wrong work. You understand? You don't know if that money they auction herself. You don't know. You can only place it to see. You understand? That day we say the auction that money the next day, $9 being for God. Just imagine. You understand? Eh? The man, the count issues there, the count policies there, we know they work. You want to put $1 down, that direct foreign investments in the introduce in the country. $1 can down. You understand? Because we get direct investments where they get a response, where they invest, they export goods out of the country, they get $1 they can down. You get that $1, you get the circulation with $1 on the country. But they happen. We then can power force, force and do force where they affect we. All the companies that we then can meet, like the London minings, they all because of not to then take or then sign agreement with them, then put the all and say no answer now, then scrap all the agreements and I make we get to end up in a court. But at the end of the day, they affect we as government. You understand? Eh? Okay, let's say if we don't mind me, they up to now, they couldn't kind of meet up. Up to now, if you get any issue with the agreement, say okay, call them, say look, can do some reviews. You say like put on the say want to put on the but for can and breach the contract, no problem.
So going forward,
the issue.
Going forward, you think say this new one when you don't be part of the system going for transform anything?
That's the problem.
This new bank governor, the acting, you think say going for change anything within the shortest possible time, 100 days?
Oh, Ali, the man immediately put it all up immediately as deputy.
As deputy, fine.
Able to provide any kind of solution to the guy. I mean, deputy. And that man, then the past government appointed. It was there. The past government immediately. That's still the man immediately. So if anything happen now, they are all liable. They're all true. You understand? Eh? But what you get, the man actually they say they're not saka. Now go. But the man, if you listen to the interview, what the man give up? And this that's a plan. It's all pray. This country economy. The man talk to I get you na TV.
Yes.
Can you imagine? It's all pray. Say open all day. You don't all kind way. Yes. So you see that kind of thing. Now one thing, the president's self-liable because they don't advise and say change this man. This man not able for build this economy. Not sabi. But because of friendship business, you understand what I think? Because you understand, say the Minister of Transport, Wina Kalong, and brother, and they're very close to the president. They make all that in there, and they use presidency or governance with friends or family. No,
party business in business general itself, you know, forget party inside business.
They use that. But then at the point, and they say, "Put the man go." I can't agree for Kaigelu.
Yes.
They make a press release for extend the new notes. I don't know if it's that press release.
Yes. So December 31st.
They say make consult the president and the finance minister. Now you put that press note, press release note. When they extend the thing to next year, 2024. Can you imagine? You don't change money from 1 year ago. You don't change money. They still all one back. They still exist. And if you say they change the money, the economy they can't do. That can be one policy that
no, but they don't say not get for candom because it tell we plain one say the easy way make a change because of the size. For let it go na pocket. Okay, let's go to another.
So the man of policy, in fact, even the way he did it, in fact, he washed because at them too. And then in deputy, for no advice, I say no, don't use this route.
All right.
So the best thing now we go for now, instead not telling you way. The best thing now, Lord, make sure say we get a right direction where at least we transform the country economy.
Okay, let me take this other paper, AZ newspaper, talk basically on the judgment day. Today they finally sentenced LEG, after they been found guilty of all 4 counts them. What do you think about this? In just 2 minutes, wrap up quick.
Well, you say that issue day. Me, I'm not going to put more for that issue day because it protected too much. You understand? And the first thing is I see the sentence possible, one sentence, and they say, okay, go get idea first. Can't tell me what you want to do for tell the people and say, no, do again. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's the way Fisher, the way Fisher passed that sentence, we see the sentence LG.
Yeah, say it goes sentence up to 15 years, but it depends on what the LG go can talk.
Very good. And say, okay, now go and go do something. Think for something first. They can't tell what you want to do for appease the people there. You understand? For say you don't change. That is not justice. Justice than that means say they just let a guy in herself for nothing. You understand? Okay, in case I can, I say, okay, I want for left all the back there now. Then go left her. And we say then left her. What about that man we go thief? We go fear somebody in pockets not treat. They not get time for go say, okay, you say go reform yourself. Where you come, you understand? Can't tell me say no do again. And so we'll left you. But once the judgment the law see by we left her or not.
In your opinion, I'm not sure say they left her because the president will say even the one that we go tell her they're not left, they're not going to go left. Yes, Mohammed.
May we allow the court to make the court taking decision. Sometimes the court issues. Sometimes we not even put too much into that.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't go labor on that one too much.
It pleases Fisher for me to do no say right for make judgment be served. Finish.
Okay.
For me,
I
think say next
go fence. Now they're against go fence.
All right, so when I get for comments on this issue, because this time around, the last government promised the people of the country a lot of things there, but now we see APC is stronger and determined to restore Sierra Leone from a failed system, and inside the solution is. Sorry, Mohammed, what do you think about this?
These are politics back. Those are politics. Like Aliyu as a politician. You understand? Not a journalist as a politician, Aliyu. They can talk political statements. Check no. Now so you feel for say. Now so you determine say they can't change when I be in failed system. You understand? So now what he say, I make na quote. Now what he say and they right. So what we perceive for say that true or not. If you person says at the beat another bill by the next election, it depends on
political statement.
But I not mean say that we just say yes, will beat her or not.
So it makes sense. Let's move again quickly. Let's move to another issue quickly. The issue of the Daybreak newspaper is the EAP group of companies saga. This paper say Ben Kelfala a disgrace because of
yes.
Oh, why you say yes so much?
Well, no, me go attack Ben Kelfala as a person, but ACC na a disgrace because that program they when they can launch out, they invite ACC. For that program they then go, they make statements. Don't me ever know that thing they get fault. So don't me ever know they don't do due diligence, no check. As ACC, a prime institution that is controlling to fight corruption.
Okay, so what about the president where they go get award? You get financial intelligence unit, you get all the units them. We're supposed to prevent fraudulent somebody for go near the president.
Even the corporate affairs commission and fuck up. You understand? Because I give license to them people and they don't even do due diligence or check. The man himself now fuck up. Because like say he go to Oxford University. That A. Phillips. Now Idris Lahai. And pull a man the waste na do.
But ACC not agree for give this man credit at all. They say now they find out for
themselves. They get that infighting. Let's say they get no one for organize Lahai for B. You understand? They're very active or whistleblower. They don't want to organize her. At all, no recognize them. Now they don't fall victim. Now the ACC now way for catch the person and then put back press this back say, "I'm not doing business with the man again, but now then be part of the man in launching program."
And interestingly, they give strong word the way they launch. I'm say anybody who wants to be obstacle to this project, then go determine as enemy of the state.
They even getting people themselves. Yes, but now they don't be victim. In fact, I tell you, we don't know if any Kelfala now the other big one now is now them. They say we don't invest in that business, but we don't know.
Because we understand, even commercial bank will get commercial bank, salon commercial bank, they all don't put money.
put money now, a lot of money. That money don't jump. So can you imagine all the premier institutions in this country where they tackle the IFU, the intelligence units,
Yeah.
and get the
Financial intelligence
different
units.
Yes,
The
they all
cyber
all the
unit.
all they hit the all.
Okay,
Go
now, I
to
think
state
I
house.
saw the cyber kind inside. Good one.
Very
But they
good.
don't use them.
They
They don't use
don't
them.
good one. But when they inside, they go to you and me. Then go the sensor you program the right now. They say this with the sensor.
Yes, I know.
Very good. They left that big one, that mega one way. Even in fact, if any other country, be careful for don't resign. Because
but we see ACC
for
all over the go and defend say, in fact, if they
Yes.
invite and get for go, anybody can invite
No.
and go. But that don't mean say they for go and check like that.
Something person away the what's it called? How do we invite for them kind program anybody? But I say no, we now is sure we put the one. We fight corruption. So we know who parenting in the we don't compromise. In case of now, okay, let's say in case that EAP get corruption, and they say well, they put them program self, but then launch them immediately. No, you do nothing.
So this man been used
ACC also
this man been used 2 things for fraud the people of this country. Then they use the president, the picture of the president, and then they use ACC for able for fraud the people then. So I
think that's what they do. And it's simple. That's what they do. Ali. They use the man, president. If I go to state house for
yes, they
that same man, they should go to state house. Then get a house welcome. Then get all the support we need. You go to ACC. You go to ACC fast. You understand? For make the team become, strong and protected. So anybody want out foolish business and that program, they probably if pay for himself. But now wait, that man can't put out say this man a fraudster.
So I bet you on this. If now you where they inside the country so being blood out today and CID for be don't go arrest you, long time for silent you.
Yourself. And that's true. That's true, Dandy. Look what into Janjalo be doing.
Yes.
Just a question.
So the reason why they don't do this now because it is lying not in the country. But like how you say, Mohammed, what do you say think about this?
For me, they watch that particular paper critically and follow up the story. For we, of course, presently as I talk to the up now the provinces, I go at the talk to now. I don't send text to one minister for make the able make I get that particular story. May I able look at critically. For me, if not so it be.
Okay, when me say you don't follow the issue of this EAP and the
I'm not follower.
Okay.
I'm not follower.
Okay, so so I think say I don't know if not because you do apply right now, but you don't left BNO.
I did apply.
You don't left BNO, they far. Because it's a serious issue they talk about. Now the biggest issue because Sierra Leoneans them inside the country and Sierra Leoneans them out of the country don't invest the money into this thing and they don't fraud them.
I understand say even the president self. Now, even the president say invest something that can business.
Jalo, I beg, let's stop this conversation, please.
I understand say.
No wait, Jalo,
I'm not saying that as we be. I understand say.
Let's say I did not call you tomorrow. I beg. La happy for protecting them.
So it's just too funny.
I know.
For let them package that thing they so big. At the end of the day now, we can't say bombshell. The very good back we do that, but I go back to press release. They question the EAP people there. Say not do them business, do business with them again. So one of the biggest, in fact, I had this cybersecurity for don't come inside now for no. Would I involve? Would I don't partake? Don't put money inside that business day. How that business itself can establish this country for no. Would I assist the business of Christ this country? Not for like not can't say not big business no. Let me tell you how they manage. Register that company for us alone. Why would I put Andy now for no force? Yes. Why that compromise? Put up on that thing because it's disgraceful. A company like Nigeria.
Jalo, I know say you don't go Ghana, I don't go Nigeria. I go Ghana one day, then get what called pimping. Then say the way you pretty big, so they don't do. So then branding. I think that the English word and the branding. The way how you brand your business, so you don't forget. More customers. So this one, in as much as a criminal, but it's sabi how for branding self, how for present itself, and that he use. So we country we like foreigners. We like whether they can monetize for we. If I can't just now I begin to talk to hey Chalo, how are you? You
No
don't
way
you don't
say in
fall
a
for me.
PhD gets or in a PhD. They call Professor Aliu.
Yes.
They don't feed you. And this government, they elect professors and they elect doctors then. Plenty. And they say Dr. Aliu, hey, they don't feed.
Yes.
They check game back, they do background check. You don't
No.
know. Why they say Dr. Aliu? Dr. Mohammed, you don't know.
I give me one smart necktie and me coat. You don't know.
Once he saying a professor, you don't know how you go.
Anyway, I think
Nah, clean one.
let all go rest now. I want for wish you a happy weekend. I think
Yes,
the
okay,
weekend,
thank
the
you
way
very
I
much.
end the weekend. So for me the art, but I enjoy the program, especially on this last part. Jalo, I'll call you over the weekend for check on you. If
Okay.
I will call for check on you. Anyway, thank you very much. Abubakar Singate Jalo, the managing editor for the paper we then call Solutionist, and as well Mohammed Kamara from YIDA, Youth Empowerment. We don't join me inside the program this morning. I want to appreciate you now. Thank you very much. And as well want to tell plenty thank you to the producer for this program. We na Ilyas Sabah, the DJ man. I want to thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. God bless you. And thanks to you with the watch. If you don't like or share the program, please continue for do so. Plenty people need for know what happened inside the Colores today. Interestingly, Mohammed said they give me Binch and Kasada leave combat. And a combat and exactly now getting I like the two angles the way the girls let the come on. The discussion is really combat.
You know, me and my brother, we dey normal at the same platform. We're not able to get the mixture.
You know, let's tell you something you
so
know.
now, when I make out the come on,
you don't watch Soja
Yeah.
Man uniform, eh? It's sometimes they can get that brown,
Yeah, I
get
don't
dark
like
brown,
that.
they can get green. They all get different way how they shape them, but
Yes.
are the same combat, now inside the same clothes then they serve the same purpose, ain't it?
yes.
I think that the program this will get
Yes.
a real combat.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, thank you very much, guys.
I go take receipt.
Alright, thank you. I appreciate you so much, okay?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Alright, Jalo, thank you. God bless you. Alright, one more time, thanks to all. I will appreciate you now until we meet again. My name is Nasimbe, the Freedom Fighter. God bless you, country Sierra Leone. We call we are.
Another morning again inside we had. Plenty things then they happen. I wonder how news again what go here today. But this be small country we had. Anyway, before I go to the wala now we had, let's just go to my kitchen and check my colors.
Yes, colors. Some man really like for eat in the morning. Some people say them just like when they eat don't sleep. Other people say na the cow they like, especially when they cook the soup or plasas where they like pass all. So now that make we dey bring to you this program where we call Colres, as we dey look at different story them na the front page and inside the newspaper. So not forget to join me on Monday to Friday, both Facebook and YouTube. Usai we go bring to una different guests them where they can help for talk about the newspaper. We are the channel for